Okay, welcome to part 3 of my Operation Destroyer Milsim series. This is the final part, and if you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, there'll be a little link pop up on your top right hand side of your screen here that takes you to the playlist. I'll also put a link in the description below. Just to recap on our mission, we've got to get uranium blocks from our refinery here over to the enrichment facility in the centre of town, and then over to the train for extraction. If we do that, we get 40 points per block. If we take them from the refinery straight to the train, we only get 10 points per block. End of the first video, part 1. NATO made a beeline straight for the centre of town and took our enrichment facility. Part 2 was me and a couple of the other commanders trying to find a route in to get a better understanding of the battle picture of what was going on. Part 3 starts with NATO had control of the centre of town here and here, and as I was on my way back to spawn, one of the other platoons managed to punch in and take the centre of town back from NATO. Part 3 starts with me pushing into the centre of town to link up with the other teams, and just as we get in there, NATO launch a counter-attack against us.
Come on. Good effort, lads.
Let's go to the tent, and that's what I've seen so far. Stand the window.
Something's going on, chat.
Right, 2 minutes, mate.
They've come over the radio twice now. First one's come over saying it's hard, they don't want to give us away because it's useful intel.
It's your call, mate.
I might wait a little bit,
Sure.
we can use it to our advantage later.
Your train set.
They are moving on us, so
Yeah, what now?
I think so.
Oh, take that.
Where are they coming from?
3 over
Next to
there.
the green building, left hand side of the green building.
Which one's the green? Oh yeah. The old med centre, yeah?
Yeah, on the phone box.
What side are they firing from? The phone box side or the alley side?
The road side, left side.
Is that... Where are they, mate?
They're coming down the inside of this garage.
Is that Andy? Is he dead?
Yeah, mate, you got him.
Oh, there he is. Watch your arm, watch your arm.
Come on, take this, I'm going to run to Andy.
Huh?
I'll leave it here. You kill the fire, I'm going to run to Andy and everything.
Go quick. Quick. Watch the gap in that wall. Behind him. Watch the gap behind him. Go, 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 go. Have you medicked him? Hit! Medic! Medic! No. Jay, what number are you in? Jay, what number? Which one? Which one?
They still don't know.
Quick, 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 quick. Dude, pop out! I Up against the fucking wall! Up against the what's his fucking name?
Who?
VI! Yeah, he needs to ditch his gear. And then, if he's going to do that, ditch his gear.
Alright, Tony, ditch your gear and do it. Ditch your gear and do it.
So that he can't be identified. Blowing out my arse. Where are they?
Top right window of the building.
Oh, they're over there as well.
Just
And there.
right there, it's top right.
Yeah, I see them. Right there.
He shit himself though.
Good. Right, we're going to try and get to number 1 building that way. We can then use the tunnel, go under the railway line, and attack the train from the other side. Okay. We need to get over the other side of that fucking thing.
Where you at? Wait, boys,
Where? Fucking hell. That's those fucking grenades again.
Titties. Titties grenade.
Currently, the group I'm with is moving towards Jansmont's Close, number 1, so that we can get underneath the railway embankment and attack NATO from our side here, whilst simultaneously another team from Vendetta attack NATO from this side.
Where?
They're up there. They're all sitting up there waiting.
Spartan 2-0, Spartan 2-0, Templar 1-0. Roger that, wait.
Should we get in this window?
Who's that? Fucking there.
Yeah, he's fucking moved.
I can see him still. Fucking hell. Guys, you ready?
Guy just there.
Huh?
His head. Guy just there, watch out.
Where?
Just, you see, just
Yeah.
there's a bald guy
Yeah.
shouting.
There. Hang on, don't move. Radio, yeah. Fucking find out what the fuck everyone is.
So at this point, we've made it to number 1, Jansmont's Close. NATO have a defensive line on the opposite side of the railway embankment, but due to our problems with comms, I have no idea if the other teams are ready to assault, so I make the decision to go back myself, having already sent one runner that hasn't returned to check where everybody is and get the attack ready and lined up.
Ah, hit! What?
I'll get me a selfie with him just in case. Sorry for this, boss.
What selfie with me for?
I'll say he's the leader, so they're going to be coming to get him. Can't we confiscate him? No, unfortunately. Whoa, hit! Nice one, brother. I told you they'd come and get him. We may as well.
Having returned to the spawn, I realised that NATO had inadvertently pushed around right next to it, which was preventing the rest of our team from attacking the other end of the train line. We We had to deal with those and fight our way out back to the train line, and whilst we were doing this, the team I was originally with in number 1 Jan Smuts Close have actually just gone for it, and they've managed to take the railway line back themselves.
Guys, fucking hell. Nice, contact.
Medic!
Did you get hit? No. Right, get back then, get away.
Pull him out of the way though.
Pull him. Where's our medic? Where's the medic?
He's coming.
Oh, that's not pulling.
Drag.
Back 6 foot, fucking hell, carry him or drag him.
Drag him down the fucking bank.
Downhill.
Right.
Sandy crack.
There you go. Get him medicked. He got shot from number 1 Jan Smuts Close. Yeah. You all know which one that is, don't you? This building there, yeah?
That one on the corner.
Right, now you've got the point scoring opportunity back, you know you've got to get a wiggle on and get your fucking man here. Right, we need to secure the tank.
Right. Where's Tony? Do you know where he put the fucking suit? What we need to do is bag these points just here, and then...
Right, I want 2 guys with me.
Where is the suit?
Suit's down where we was hiding before.
Right, go get it then, quick. Your bike's over there, go.
They've got guys in that building just trying to lay fire down here.
Yep.
At this point we were informed that NATO forces had actually found our stash of uranium blocks and our chemical suit. The reason the chemical suit was hidden was because our specialist, who had to wear it to move the blocks and handle them, was basically surrounded and cut off from the rest of his group. I gave him the command to ditch the suit and hide it, because we were pretty sure that one of NATO's missions was to identify him and capture him. Unfortunately, he was killed shortly after he stashed it. Luckily, at the time, the NATO forces didn't find his chemical suit, but it also meant that we then had to try and fight our way back to the chemical suit, which eventually failed. This part of the day, we're trying to push back and prevent NATO from actually getting that uranium stash into their fob, as well as the chemical suit, because once that gear is in the fob, it's going to be near on impossible for us to get it back, because of how easy it is to defend that fob.
You made it, you hit. Where'd that go? Did it get me? Yeah. Dead player!
So now, having returned to my spawn point, having been killed, we were given the information that NATO had actually succeeded in getting the chemical suit and uranium blocks into their fob. We had one last push to try and get an attack launched on the fob and try and get that gear back out, which, as you'll see here, and this was basically right on the end of the day. The minutes were basically counting down as we were launching this attack.
Yeah, we are now. Gun.
Try and open that door.
Quick. Huh?
No, no.
James, quick. Quick. Remember, do not start shooting them until you all get into fucking position.
Do you want us to cover you so you can move around the side?
I ain't, mate, I ain't gonna fucking make it around there. How small do you think I am? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
On the deck.
Go down.
On the fucking deck.
What, me?
Where's your
I ain't no bandage.
huh?
Got no bandage.
You need a medic to medic. You need a medic?
Medic.
Alright. From here, no.
He's got one, right, Jake.
Yeah.
Get in this fucking air. You're a skinny little cunt, you can get in there. You here? You got a mini-me, get up in the top window. You're gonna be a medic for these guys, right? Throw your kit in. Alright, big.
I like your attack there, like you're skinny.
There's no point in beating around the bush. Quick, here, take this, you fucking numpty. Right, now get upstairs. Grab your kit, get upstairs. Grab your kit, get upstairs. No, go.
I'm glad to close the door so we'll get hit off.
Alright, yeah, I've got that door covered now, so if they, yeah, go on. Nah, leave it shut, mate. If they fucking come through...
So guys, that's it for part 3 of my Operation Destroyer Milsim series, and that's the final episode in the series. Towards the end of the video there, we made a final push towards the fob that NATO held, but we just ran out of time. We were up against the clock as it was just launching that attack, and we just ran out of time. We lost the day on points because of that final stash of gear that NATO found. Up until that point we were winning, so we were pretty happy with the day. It was a little bit frustrating, but such is life. Please leave your comments in the section below and let me know what you thought. The feedback from this series was pretty good, so what I'll do for the next series, next Milsim Op, which is in October, I'll do the same sort of thing again. If it's your first time to the channel, thanks for watching, and I'd really love it if you could hit subscribe. I do appreciate every single one of you guys that does hit that button, so you know, for those of you that have already done that, thank you very much again, and for the newcomers, you know, please hit like, share and subscribe, and it does let me know that you like what you see. That's it for now, so as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.